Hey guys, welcome back to the Mary Boozers channel. Today we're going to show you something we forgot to show you in the build video. How to put these access panels on in a way you can still remove them without gluing them on. This is something he learned a long time ago building the wood airplanes. Do you want to show them what we're going to be using today, Mr. Miller?
So the first thing we're going to do is actually have a drill with a small bit.
Yeah.
Then we're going to take the small servo screws.
Yeah, a lot of guys, when you're repairing stuff, your 9-gram servos come with 2 screws. Most people glue them in anymore, so you usually end up with a bunch of these. Don't throw them away. Save those little screws.
So that's what we're going to be using, is the servo with the head on. Then we're going to take the nylon, the golden rod, and this is what we're going to be gluing into. When we drill the hole, we'll be gluing that in. Then it will be going through that, and we'll be screwing that screw into the nylon.
So the nylon is what they used to use in wood airplanes to put your control wire through, and this would be a slippery surface for it to go up and down. So if you had bends or anything in the airplane.
The gold would be what would move, and the blue would be what would be stationary in the airplane.
Yeah, and these would slide in and out. But now we use this because it's got a perfect hole drilled in the middle of it that these little screws love to screw it. So anyway, let's get down to it. We'll show you how this all works as we put these on here in just a few seconds. All right, guys. So first thing you do is set your panel down where you want to put it. He's going to mark out where we want to put some screw holes at on this. And now he's going to come in with the drill.
Now I'm going to hold it down with my thumb. Very carefully, I'm going to try to set it in there where we're going to hit what we want to hit.
Leave you enough room to where you got some meat on both sides of it too.
Very carefully, all we're going to do, all we're doing right now is marking it. Okay? That's all you want to do right now. And I didn't want to pull that up. But okay, so then we're going to do we're going to put 6 of them in here. So we're doing this, we're going to do another one right here. Straight down. Don't push too hard. Remember, you're doing foam. Let it do its work. And then boom, that's all we want to do.
All right, so we're going to do 6 of these for this panel.
And then we'll be back.
All right, guys. By the way, guys, we drilled this out using a 5/64 inch drill bit.
Now I'm going to be using a 3/32. A 7/64 drill bit to actually clear out the holes to put the nylon in. Don't have to use a screw.
You just got to kind of clear it out a little bit.
We've already drilled the hole in there, but now we're just cleaning it out.
Okay, we'll be back in just a second when we get these holes done.
Okay, so we've got our screw with our nylon, and we cut the nylon about the same length of the screw. Now we're going to take the CA, we're going to put it on the end of the nylon. Don't take a whole lot. And then we're going to press it home right like that, and all the way down, and let it set. And we want it flush with the...
Go just a hair further or...
Well, it probably already
stuck. Well, that's fine. It's not going to hurt it that much if it's sticking out just a hair like that, guys.
You can always
but all you're trying to make is a place that you can screw. And this works anywhere on the foam airplanes. If you have a hatch or something you want to be able to access all the time, and you want a way to screw it on and off versus gluing it on.
Well, we did this is because of vibration.
You know, if on this airplane, say you ever had to put a new ESC on this airplane, if you glued this on right now, you would have to take the nacelle off and get all this wire out, and then you would have to rip all this up and damage your paint job. By screwing this on, I know if I need to get into any of the wires in the wing now, I'll be able to get in here without damaging the airplane. So here he goes, gluing another one in.
Sorry for me being so old, and I'm doing it with my left hand. So we can put that on there, and then we drive her home. And boy, when it sets off, it sets off. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Let it sit.
All right, guys, we're going to get all 6 of these put in, and then we'll be back showing you how the finished look looks. All right, guys, he's got all 6 screws and 9 rods in. I wanted to show you, this is the actual packaging for it. Sullivan's Golden Rods. I'll put a link to this to the Amazon page so you guys can get some if you haven't found it. You might check with some of your older guys in your clubs. They might have a stick of this yellow part.
This is the only part we're using is the yellow.
But if you can find somebody that's got a piece of it, I mean, this one stick is enough to do, I mean, hundreds of these. So I really don't think you'd ever need more than just that one stick of this nye rod. Guys, got all the nye rods in. Now we're going to be putting our cover on. We're not going to bore you with putting all 6 screws in, but you get the idea. Now we have a hole, and we have a receiving point for our screws. So, we'll get all 6 of these in, and we'll be back to show you the final product. Alright guys, there's the panels finished. You got the silver heads now. You could paint these silver heads blue if you really wanted to, but on the bottom of the airplane it just kind of goes along with the other silver accents that are under there, so I wouldn't really worry about it. But now if you needed to, you could get into that wing and change stuff out without having to unglue a bunch of stuff. Continuing on, we got our upgrades that we designed here to get our panels on and off with. Now we're going to go on and put the new retracts on. I actually ordered the suspension retracts when we ordered this airplane. So nice aluminum upgrade here. These are around $50 for all 3 of them, but man, this is some quality stuff on this. And it really helps because if you've seen our videos, our runway is not the smoothest thing in the world. Anyway guys, let's get this off. First step, we're going to take, there's 4 screws holding the strut in. We're going to take those 4 screws out, and then we'll get back to you as soon as we get this retract. All right, guys, we've got our 4 screws out of the retract. I'm going to actually slide the entire retract out now. Maybe. Carefully. There it goes. You've got your metal plate here for reinforcement. Now, we're going to take out, loosen this Allen key, and there's another one right on the other side. It's kind of hard to turn it for you guys. Once we loosen these, we can slide the retract out. We'll be right back when we get these loosened.
Be careful not to strip this.
Be very careful
Allen screw
with these Allen keys.
Make sure your Allen key
not to strip it.
And do not strip that out or you will not get them out. Coming back later.
Alright guys, we've got this pulled loose. Be very careful. There's something like a Loctite on this that makes it very difficult to get out. But now I can take and wiggle that, pop my old retract out, test fit my new one in there. Fits good. So now we just need to tighten this up right here on these Allen keys, and then we'll be ready to move to the nose. We got it tight. Don't forget to put your reinforcement plate back in here. Now you kind of got to come in at an angle, and there it goes. Slides in there. Put our 4 screws back on, and we'll be ready to move to the nose gear. All right, guys. First off, pull your spring off of the front door. Then take all 4 screws out of here. I've already got almost all of them out to make this go a little quicker for you once again. I hope that's appreciated. Pull your screw out. Keep a magnetic tray by you if you can. This really helps not losing stuff. Now this should just lift right out. And look at all that room we've got to work up here in the front now. Let's get this taken off, and then we'll be back to you. Alright guys, it's the next day. We ran into a slight issue here, and sometimes you're going to get frustrated with these. The best thing you can do from time to time is just set it down and come back at another time. This collar here was really giving us some issues. We actually stripped one of these Allen key heads, and I had to drill it out in order to get this off. Got kind of frustrated, came back the next day. It's all fixed now. So in order to put the new retract on, we slid it on, put 2 new Allen keys in there. The nice thing about this kit when you order the retracts is it comes with some extra set screws. So we put it in. Now all we've got to do is reattach our servo link onto the servo and put our 4 screws in. We're going to get this back on, and then we're going to mount our door back on. and then we'll be all done with this project. So let me get these screws in, and we'll come back to you when we're putting the doors back on. All right, guys, we got the servo screwed back down. Now we're gonna reattach our servo horn, get our wheel straight, and then push this in. So now our wheel's nice and straight. We do have the radio and the airplane on right now for this step. That way we can make sure it's straight for whenever we put this back in here. So the batteries are hooked up. And now we screw that back in there. Nice. Now we're going to just check and make sure everything turns good. Nice, nice. Good full range of motion. Everything's nice and tight. The next thing we do is put our little thing here back in. Just like so. Now I'll need to put the 4 screws back in, and then we'll be right back to you. All right, guys, we've put our 4 screws back in. Here they are. Now we're going to take this little spring and wrap it around this screw here. Oops. As easily as possible. I'm going to take and try and bend this around there such that it is like this. Get our screwdriver in here some way and screw it in and tighten this up. There we go. And now that spring is holding it, and now we're going to test out our retracts and see if they work. So move our things back to where they go. This one's still hanging a little bit. I had that issue with the last set. I'm going to have to readjust it again. And let's put them back out. Looks like everything's working right. I just need to check this door a little bit and see if I can get that going up and down right, and then we'll get back to you in just a minute. Alright guys, all I had to do was loosen this spring just a hair. It was a little tight, so I just unsprung it just a touch. Now, all the gear. Ta-da! Now they all go in. Look good. See they come out. Working great. Alright guys, let's wrap it up. We'll get you out and get it flying. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by the channel. Just a couple upgrades done to the Tiger Cat before we get ready to maiden it. We really wanted to put the suspension retracts on this airplane. Look forward to getting it out to the field. Like and subscribe for more daily YouTube videos. We'll check you out later. Alright guys, all I had to do to get this door to close correctly was stretch the spring out just a hair. It was a little too tight, so all I did was pull the spring apart and make it just a hair bit looser. And now, uh-oh, got it too loose. Shit.